Hello, everybody. Welcome to this new webinar session. Today, we will be more focused on all the features linked directly to the display and ergonomy in the PlanningPME Web. So my name is Marilou, and I will be your host today during this webinar. So welcome. I will be assisted with my colleague Caroline. She will be happy to answer all of your questions in the chat box. So if you have any question, please do not wait the end of our session and feel free to ask all of your questions to Caroline directly in the chat. So thank you again for being here today. This is a pleasure to be here with you. I would like now to share our agenda for today. So this is the list of all the new evolution directly linked to the display and ergonomy in the PlanningPME Web. We will start at first with the two-plan test panel. This is basically a task panel located at the right side of the schedule, where you will have the possibility to create tasks for the two-plan resource, and you will also have the opportunity to drag and drop the different tasks inside of your schedule. Then we will go ahead with the header customization. The header customization basically represents small logo that will allow you directly to call a client or a resource, see the address of a resource of a client, or even receive a warning about a project due date. So you will see this is very interesting. Then we will continue with the captions on the event window. So practically when you will open the event window, you will access, for example, the client address. So I will show you how to create that. This is quite simple. Then I will pursue with the visual alert within an event. So basically, what are the visual alerts? The visual alerts are all about availabilities and skills. So, for example, if someone doesn't have the skill or is not available for an event, then you will have a small logo next to the name of the resource that will appear. Okay, then I will show you how the schedule wizard works. So basically, the schedule wizard will allow you to search for the next available slot when a few different resources are involved in a task. So this is quite practical and it will allow you to save time. Then I will continue with the new feature, which is my favorite. This is the possibility to duplicate and move a set of events at the same time. Then I will also show you how to delete recurrency from a set of events. In the past, you had the possibility to delete recurrence for one event, one by one, and now we give you the possibility to delete recurrency from a set of events. And I will finish with a small improvement we made to the ergonomy of the schedule. We give now the possibility to display the schedule over 2 to 5 days for the several days view, for those who are familiar with the schedule. So I will start now by sharing my screen. As you can see now, we are on our PlanningPME web version, on a premium version to be exact. So I will start with the agenda for today, and it starts with the two-plan test panel. So what is the two-plan test panel? The two-plan test panel is located right here. This is basically a panel that was created in order to allow you to save time. So as you can see here at the beginning of the schedule, you have a two-plan resource. This is a resource when you are not sure when you have to plan the different tasks. So you can register all of your tasks inside the two-plan resource. And this two-plan panel gives you the possibility to create tasks that are directly linked to the two-plan resource. So let's have a closer look at this panel. Here, for example, we have a small eye. So if I click on the eye, as you can see, the two-plan resource is now hidden. If I click again on the eye, it's now back again. So here, this is quite interesting to observe the panel into detail. If you want, for example, we can click here on the plus. I will create, for example, a task, an electricity task. And here you see that the resource involved is the to plan resource. I will now save it. And as you can see now, we have the electricity task that was here created. Okay. So here we have all of the different lists of the tasks that are linked to the to plan resource. And what is very interesting in this with this new feature is that it will at first allow you to save time by creating directly your task inside of the to plan resource here, but also you have the possibility to drag and drop here the different elements. So for example, if I want to drag and drop some of them, I will just have to select them and move them directly to the schedule, and it will be moved to the place I want. So this is very practical. Sometimes, if you think this is taking too much place, you also have the possibility to hide this panel. I will show you later afterward. But as I told you, let's have a closer look to this panel. We have here a search bar. So for example, if I want to search for all the tasks linked to the plumbing, I can start typing and it will show me directly the plumbing task. Also here, what is very interesting is that you have the possibility by clicking here to filter all the tasks for the resource to plan by task status. So if I click here and I want to see all the tasks that haven't started yet, I will click on not started. And as you can see here, meeting and electricity task haven't started yet. So that's quite interesting. If you want to remove the filter, you will have to click here on the cross and it will be removed. All right. I told you earlier you have the possibility to hide the panel. So if you want to do that, you can click here on the cross and tickle it. And if you want it to be back, you will just have to click here on the three lines and it will be back. So that's up to you to decide what you want to do with it. Okay. So let's move to the next feature, shall we? So I will now present you the header customization. So what is the header customization? I will show you this in a bit. But at first, be aware that you have to activate the different headers. In order to activate them, you will go directly, we will now hide the panel. We will go directly to the menu tools. Then you will choose description. And here in the description type, we have some new headers here. So for example, if I click on client header, I will have the possibility to add many information about the client. So I already had information about the client, which are the address, the mobile, and the email. You can do exactly the same thing for the resource. So if I want, I can add the resource email, the resource mobile, and the resource full address and save it. And also, you will have the possibility to add the headers for the project. So here, for example, I already added earlier the client address, email, number, and the due date for the project. So if we go back to our schedule now, and for example, I will open John White's card. I will write down here, for example, my email. I will write down here my mobile phone. I will now save it. And as you can see now, we can directly see my email and my phone number. I have also the possibility to click on it. This is what we are going to see later on with the caption. So that's quite interesting. We are now on a resource view. So the headers were added for the resource, but you see that we have also the possibility to add it for the project and also for the client. So if we click on the client, you can see, for example, that the client Zenith Global Ventures has here an email and a phone number. If we go now on the project view, you see earlier a small logo for the phone, for the address, and for the email. And here we have also a small warning indicating that the due date for this project is the 19th of September. So from this date, you will have the possibility to see that the due date is passed and that you haven't completed the project. So it will be, oh, it will be all in gray from this date, and you will have this header for the project. All right. So again, if you have any question about it, please feel free to ask Caroline in the chat. So let's go ahead with our next feature, which are the captions for the event window. So this is basically working the same way. So in order to make it work, you have also to activate it directly from the menu tools. Then you will have to choose description. And here going in the same way, in the description type, you will see that we have here some caption. Caption for the client, caption for the project. So we will try to activate this fast. So client caption here. For example, we can activate the client address, the client mobile, and we can activate also the client full address just to be sure, and also we can activate the client email. So I will now save this information. I will go back to our schedule, and I will open, for example, a task where a client with an address is already linked. For example, maybe Zenith Global Ventures. Yes, that's a very good example. So Zenith Global Venture, as you can see now, we added the caption for Zenith Global Ventures, because here you have the phone number, you have the country, and you have also the email. So what is very practical is that if you are working directly from your smartphone and you click here, it will open an app directly that will allow you to call this person in 2 seconds. Also here, if you click here, it will open a Google Maps showing you where you are where the client is located. And also, if you click on the email, it will directly open your mailbox, and you will have the possibility to write directly to this person. You see, it's currently opening my mailbox. And if you are waiting 2 seconds, you will see I will have the possibility to write directly to Theo. All right. So let us now go back to our schedule. You see, we added the caption for the clients, and we also had the possibility to add the caption for the project. So let's have a look here. We need to find a project with information around. Sorry, I just want to be sure. As you can see here about the caption, you have now the possibility to see the caption, which is here, the due date for the project AF006. So that's really quite interesting when you understand all of those things and how it works. So let us now move to the next feature, which is the visual alerts. So I tried to explain you earlier what is the visual alert. So the visual alert practically regards the availability of the resources and their skills. Let's open as an example this painting task. As you can see here, lots of different resources are involved here. We have, for example, Christian, John, Paul, Megan, and Daniel. Here in this case, you can see some new logo next to the resource name. You can see here hat, and you can see also next to the hat, next to John, you can see this red point. If you are familiar with Teams, this is basically working in the same way, meaning the red point means that the resource is busy at the time. So in this case, for this painting task, it means that John, Megan, and Daniel at the same time are busy. But of course, I forced the assignment. That's why it worked. So here we can see that they are busy. And here you can see the small hat. And when you stay longer on the hat with your mouse, you can see that the lack of skills for this task is the language, which is French here. It means that the resource has to speak French in this case in order to participate to the meeting. So you can see now, for example, that Christian, John, Paul, Megan, and Daniel, they're all participating, but the only one that doesn't have an at, which is Daniel, is the only one skilled for this task. So for example, let me go back to our schedule. I will double click on Megan's card. I will open here the section skills. I will hide here, for example, French. I will save the information. I will go back to my painting task. And as you can see here, Megan, the hat for Megan is no longer available. So that means now that Megan is skilled for this task. Before we switch to the next feature, I just want to warn you, this is really important for you to activate the option to allow the visual alerts. So in order to do that, you will have to go to the menu tools, then choose options, then to choose event. And here, please do not forget to tickle the box here, display availability and skills indicators, and do not forget to save it. Otherwise, it won't work. So that's really important to know. I will now switch to our next feature, which is the schedule wizard. That is also a quite interesting one. So basically, what is the schedule wizard? I also tried to explain you earlier what it was. So basically, the schedule wizard was also developed for a software version. This is the possibility to search for the next available slots for a few resources involved in the same task. Do you remember earlier we opened the painting task for Megan and all the other resources? We will open it again. And what is new here? Here we have a new blue rectangle. Inside this is written schedule wizard. So what is the schedule wizard? This schedule wizard is automatically programmed to give you the next available slot for Christian, John, Paul, Megan, and Daniel. Here, as you can see, I tried to create a task for them starting from the 24th of September. But in this case, if I decide to follow the schedule wizard, because this is simple. I just want all of my resources to be available for this painting task at the same time. I will click now on apply. As you can see now, this is now starting directly from the 26th of September, which is the first available slot for all the resources. And if I save the information and if I force the assignment, you will see that this is now switched directly from the 26th of September. All right, so this is really one of the most practical features that will also allow you to save a lot of time. Okay, so I will now switch to the next feature, which is the possibility to duplicate and move events at the same time. Okay, so in this case, we will take a very simple example in order for you to understand it. Okay, so for example, I have just learned that Daniel is unfortunately on sick leave during the week of the 15th of September. And but fortunately, I've just learned that Megan will be available to complete the task for Daniel because she's completely free, as you can see here on her line. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to move all the electricity task from Daniel to Megan's line. So in order to do that, I will press the button control. I will select now electricity. As you can see here at the bottom of my screen, this is written one item selected. And I will move directly the task on Megan's line, for example, starting from the Monday. I will click right and I will choose move here. And now this is informing me that it will be scheduled from the 15th of September, just like I wanted. So I will click now on yes. And as you can see now, Daniel is now free. I can go on sick leave. And Megan has now to complete the task electricity instead of him. Okay, so that was my first use case. I also wanted to show you another use case for this new feature. So, for example, in our case, we have the example here of Christian and Ben that are doing the plumbing task here for from the 18th till the 19th of September. But unfortunately, we are pretty sure that they will be doing the same thing the week after that, because this is quite a long task. So what we want to do is that we want to duplicate the plumbing task. So in order to do that, I will do it exactly in the same way like I did for Daniel and Megan. I will press the button Control. I will select the two plumbing tasks. Here you can see again that two items are selected at the bottom of the screen. And I will copy directly this task from Monday, the 22nd of September. And I will be doing exactly the same thing. I want it to be from the 22nd of September. So I will do a right click with my mouse. And here, instead of choosing move here, I will choose duplicate here. And this informs me that this will be scheduled from the 22nd of September, which is exactly what I wanted. So I will click now on yes. And as you can see now, the task is now duplicated for both Christian and Ben. Okay, so I hope this is understandable for you, but if you need anything, do not forget, ask Caroline and she will be here for you. Okay, I will now switch to our next feature, which is the possibility to delete recurrency for a set of events. In order to prepare this presentation, I created this resource, Monica, and I create a few different meetings for Monica. As you can see, Monica has the same meeting every week, to be precise, twice a week, starting from 9 a.m. So this is a meeting that is coming every week on the Monday and on the Thursday. Okay, so this is basically Monica's schedule. And what I want to do is to remove the recurrency for one or several events. So in order to do that, you will see this is basically working in the same way like for the duplication and the possibility to move task. You will have to press the button Control, choose the different recurring task, and here we have also an information at the bottom of the screen saying that 3 recurring items are now selected. This is the 3 recurring items that where I want to remove the recurrency. So in order to do that, I will click on the small arrows here where this is written get off the recurrence. And now, as you can see, the 2 arrows symbolizing the recurrency are now gone for the following task for the 18th, the 22nd, and the 25th of September. So this is now all cleared for Monica's schedule. Okay, I will now switch to the last feature of our schedule that has more to do with ergonomy. This is quite interesting. I think you know that we are offering a very customized schedule. And what is nice is that we give you the possibility to access different time view. So if I click here on monthly, you can see that you have the choice to see a daily, weekly, monthly, even yearly view. And in this all list, you have the possibility to use a several days view. We decided to go deeper into the customization and to customize, yes, even more this several days view. So if you click on several days and you click on the arrow, you have now the possibility to go deeper into the customization and choose between 2, 3, 4, or 5 days. So for example, if I choose here 2 days, I will have the possibility to access the Monday and Tuesday starting from the week of the 15th of September. And if I choose 3 days, then the Wednesday will be then added. Same thing. If I choose 4 days, then it will be the Thursday that will be added on our view. So this was yes the new view we decided to implement for the time view. Okay, so I will now stop sharing my screen. So this is the time where you have the possibility to ask a question. So we will take a few minutes for that if you agree. So I will go now on the chat. So I can see that there is no message yet. So I will be there with you for another 2 seconds. So I have been waiting so far. I see that there is no question, which leads me to my next point. I really would like to thank you today for the time you took to see my presentation. It was very nice to be with all of you. So I wish you a good end of the day and see you soon for a new session in 2 weeks about notifications and customized fields. So thank you again for your time and see you soon for the new session. Bye-bye.